fuel pump assembly housing and fuel pump. We're just going to try it, see what happens. 30% vinegar, try and eat up some of that nasty rust. The assembly I'm sure is going to be okay. It'll clean up. With any luck, the pump will actually free up too. Alright, got a little brush out and we're going to see how much of this crud we can just brush off. This is a soft brush, not a wire brush. And it seems to be just coming right off with a little vinegar soak. So that's kind of pleasing. Nice bright shiny pot metal. Okay. And obviously this is aluminum, so the rust is just stained on it from all of the crud in the tank. We've got a little bit of corrosion actually going on right at that fitting there. I don't think this guy is permanently damaged, so don't have to replace it. Just got to clean it up. Well, good. At least one thing is kind of going right. For replacement fuel pumps, I wasn't finding any fuel pumps that came with a little strainer sock that goes on in here, but I was able to find a replacement one of those on the eBay. Not too expensive, like 20 bucks. Alright, so it's kind of trying to clean up. Ooh, look a mess here. Let's see how much of that side I can get cleaned off. Fuel inlet and outlet pipes are kind of cleaning back up. Just good. We'll probably have to hit this with a wire brush just to get all of that heavy corrosion off of it. Well, it's cleaning up a lot easier than I expected it to. Okay, I already took the O-ring off, so I'm not checking it up with vinegar. Because someone had been in this tank before, I think. And there's some like liner material up there by the fuel cap that has failed and is peeling out. So it has the green Viton O-ring that goes on that little guy, and it was actually in pretty good shape. So I may be able to reuse it and not have to replace it. Just that O-ring, that's another freaking $20 or $30. For a fuel pump, I'm looking at about $100 for you know, an authentic Bosch For the fuel tank, I'm looking at $250 to $350 plus, you know, whatever the shipping is to get it here. Unless I get lucky and find one with free shipping. And then I'm going to have to replace that fuel cap because it's done. There's no way it's coming apart. I'm going to have to forcibly remove that one, drill it, cut it apart, something, because it ain't coming out of that tank. If that tank is salvageable. But if I have to replace the tank, the new tank's not going to come with a fuel cap anyway. So again, I'm still going to have to replace the fuel cap. And I've seen those for, you know, 30 to 50 bucks for OEM kind of style. Not actually from Ducati, but I don't really care as long as it seals. Kind of difficult to do one-handed, but anyway, you get the idea. It is coming clean with just a freaking plastic hog hair brush. You know, scrub on it some more and then show you the result. Alright, just on a whim, after cleaning up the fuel pump and letting it soak for a little while, tapping on it a few times, letting it soak and tapping on it a few times, I decided to come see, just, hey, on the off chance, maybe, but check this out. It's alive. I just brought that fuel pump back to life. How about that? It goes whizzy whizzy. I'm gonna have to stick it in some liquid and see if it actually pumps anything. But the pump actually spins. Well, how about that? Alright, so I just tested it and dropped it back in the bucket of vinegar, and sure enough, it pumps. Pumpy pump goes whizzy whiz and pumps the fuel. How about that? I need to go find something to wipe all this vinegar off the things for it. Does something horrible to my paint. But how about that? The pump is back to life. So I need to get a fresh screen for it. And that assembly, well, a fresh screen and a fresh filter. And some new internal hoses. And we've salvaged that. How about them apples? Alright, so some vinegar and a little scrubbing. And I got that thing a whole lot cleaner than it was. Pump's already got a little bit of surface rust back on it from just being sitting exposed. Look at that, this thing was shiny yesterday. That's flash rust from just overnight. But the tank does seem to be responding to the vinegar. Let's see if I can get that. It is starting to clean some of that rust out of there. So, yeah, vinegar's doing something. It is taking some of that shit off. Progress, anyway.